Before Zeus ruled the skies, before Poseidon ruled the seas, before Hades ruled the dead, the universe was ruled by something far older. Chaos. Not evil, not light, not darkness, just a vast, empty void. From that void came Gaia, the earth, and from Gaia came Uranus, the sky. And this is where the violence began. Uranus feared his own children. The Titans were powerful, enormous, primal beings, and Uranus hated the thought of being overthrown. So he imprisoned them deep inside Gaia's body. Imagine that. A father so terrified of losing power that he forces his own children back into the womb of the earth. Gaia suffered, and suffering turned to rage. She gave her youngest son, Cronus, a sickle made of stone, and when Uranus descended from the sky, Cronus attacked. He castrated his father, and from the blood that fell to earth, new horrors were born. The Furies, spirits of vengeance, and the giants. This is how the age of the gods began, with betrayal, with mutilation. With blood, Cronus then became ruler of the cosmos. But power never feels safe when you take it by force. A prophecy reached him. Just as he had overthrown his father, one of his own children would overthrow him. So Cronus made a choice. Each time his wife Rhea gave birth, he swallowed the child whole. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, all consumed, not killed, imprisoned inside him. A god so afraid of losing control, he devoured his own offspring. But Rhea had had enough. When her final child was born, Zeus, she wrapped a stone in cloth and gave it to Cronus instead. He swallowed it without question. Zeus was hidden away, raised in secret, waiting. And when he was grown, he returned. Zeus forced Cronus to vomit up his siblings, and the war that followed would shake existence itself, the Titanomachi. 10 years of war between Titans and Olympians. Mountains were hurled like weapons. Lightning split the sky. The sea boiled. And when it was over, Zeus stood victorious. The Titans were cast into Tartarus, a prison deeper than hell itself. But Zeus did not rule with kindness. He ruled with fear. The Greeks did not worship their gods because they loved them. They worshipped them because they feared them. Zeus was known for justice, but he was also known for cruelty. He transformed himself into animals, storms, even other people, to deceive women and force himself upon them. When Hera, his wife, discovered these betrayals, she didn't punish Zeus. She punished the women, and worse, their children. Hera once drove a woman named Semele to madness. Another time, she sent serpents into a baby's crib to kill him. That baby was Hercules. Even heroes were not safe from divine jealousy. Poseidon, god of the sea, but also known as the Earthshaker. When cities refused to honor him, he caused earthquakes. He flooded lands. He drowned sailors without hesitation. To ancient Greeks, a calm ocean was not peace. It was a warning. And Hades, often called the villain, but Hades did not torture souls for pleasure. He enforced order. The underworld was not chaos. It was structure. Judges determined your fate. Warriors went to Elysium. The wicked went to punishment. But one act defined him forever. He abducted Persephone, dragged her into the underworld to make her his queen. Her mother, Demeter, goddess of harvest, was so consumed by grief that crops failed. The world starved. Winter, they said, was Demeter mourning. Spring was her daughter's return. Even the seasons were born from grief and abduction. The Greek gods were not symbols of goodness. They were reflections of humanity. Jealous, prideful, vengeful, desperate to maintain control. The Greeks believed suffering wasn't random. It was personal. A storm. Someone angered Zeus. A plague. Apollo had turned his gaze upon you. A failed harvest. Demeter was grieving. The world wasn't mechanical. It was emotional and terrifying. But here is the darker truth. These myths weren't just stories. They were explanations. The Greeks lived in a world of earthquakes, disease, famine, and war. They needed meaning, and meaning, even cruel meaning, was better than chaos. So they imagined gods who behaved like rulers, unpredictable, powerful, capable of mercy, capable of destruction, in their image. And maybe that's the most unsettling part. The gods weren't monsters. They were exaggerated reflections of us, our fear of losing power, our jealousy, our rage, our hunger for control. Greek mythology isn't a story of divine perfection, it's a warning. When power goes unchecked, even gods become tyrants. If you want more dark history and the truths behind ancient myths, subscribe, because the stories only get darker from here.